Hey everybody, welcome to The Commit. I'm Neil.
And I'm Richard.
So today we've got a really special treat. Richard's going to be interviewing Rebecca Garcia of Passion X Purpose and CoderDojo about building your portfolio and some other really great career advice.
Talk to me a little bit about your involvement in hackathons. How did you come to be the MC for TechCrunch? What's the kind of story here?
Yeah, so I used to be a developer. I started off as a developer at a nonprofit called Do Something. Made my way through tech. I was a CTO and then developer evangelist at Squarespace for the last few years. So I'm familiar with hackathon scenes and helping organize them.
Yeah, no, hackathons are really powerful, right? And I think what we really wanted to kind of talk about today with you was about developer careers. So a lot of Commit viewers are kind of people that are at the start of their journeys, and you just gave us a little hint there about kind of how your journey evolved and to kind of be here. And you're working on a project right now to help people that are at the start of their development careers. Can you tell me a little bit about that, kind of how this works?
Yeah, definitely. So I started a project called Passion X Purpose, and the idea is to provide an apprenticeship framework that will give people meaningful work experience that they get paid for, that they can put specifically on their portfolio. And alongside that process, they'll also get a mentor whose goal is to help them complete their project, but not so much the code aspect as much as helping them manage the software development process and going through their tasks. And when you get stuck on, well, what's a better practice to, for this or that, having somebody there to go to.
And there's definitely a strong incentive for people to actually be able to have a portfolio of projects. Would you agree that that's important for people?
Yeah, I would say that that is super important, and that having also worked in hiring myself, I would say that's what you look at is not just, okay, what kind of games have you built that are on your GitHub portfolio? It's right. What kind of projects have you worked on that are published and out there?
Mm-hmm. Any advice for people on how to kind of get the most out of their portfolio? What kind of details, what kind of things should people be including on these things?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say not just including this is the framework, this is the programming language I worked on, but when you get to the actual interview process or when you're describing the project that you worked on, saying kind of what you learned about it. So for myself, when I was a developer at a nonprofit, I learned not just we built these one-off campaigns. I learned that the company was switching to membership models and into something bigger, and kind of learning how that process of growing within the company and what was shifting and changing. And so not sharing too many details, but being I also learned these other type of soft skills that are really important.
That's very cool. So one of the things that I think your project is very interesting about is this idea of mentorship, right? I think that mentorship is really important to everyone in their careers, right? And especially for people that are early in their careers, and especially, I think as well, particularly in our industry where there are a lot of resources for people's technical skills, but maybe not so many resources for kind of some of those project management and kind of the soft skills around that. How do you think people can go about kind of establishing good mentor relationships?
Yeah, I think one of them is actually becoming a mentor yourself and kind of understanding and learning to explain things and help people with that process. And one of the awesome ways that I think people can do this is by mentoring younger people. And
right.
So I'm the co-founder of a nonprofit called CoderDojo NYC, and it's part of this global movement called CoderDojo that has free coding clubs for youth that are all over the globe. So there's about 1,000 chapters now across the world.
Wow.
And so if you type in the hashtag CoderDojo on any Sunday, you will see chapters all across the globe sharing their events. And it's a really fun process to get to share what got you excited about coding when you were little, or if you are now excited about coding and you wish you had that opportunity when you were younger.
Yeah.
So
there's always, I think, in everyone who builds technology projects, we all have this moment, right? The moment when we first created something and we were stunned by the magic of wow, we made the computer do that. It was awesome. So really then the ideas are kind of be a mentor yourself, use whatever skills that you have to try and help other people. And that's a great way to kind of give back to the community and also then kind of position yourself, I think, to get great opportunities as well.
Yeah, and then you get a better sense of what it is that you're looking for in mentorship, which is not just, you can have different mentors for different things. Some mentors, it's oh, that's a type of career option I want to explore, or oh, this is, how do I want to shift into another different type of tech. What kind of questions do you have? And kind of coming with that mindset when you're looking for a mentor.
That's fantastic. So kind of moving back a little bit to kind of the people that you're targeting with kind of Passion X Purpose. So kind of what's the best way for people to get involved in this? So if someone's watching the show and they're kind of like, this sounds like something that would be beneficial to me, how do people reach out? How do they get involved?
Definitely check us out at passionxpurpose.com. But also the fastest way to get in touch is to tweet me at GeekGirlWeb. And so we're always looking for more mentors of all different skill sets and backgrounds, as well as apprentices that we'll be taking in the next few months. So I'm super excited.
All right, that was a great interview. Richard, thanks so much for setting that up.
You got it.
All right, folks, we'll see you next time on The Commit. Happy hacking.
Happy hacking.